Hi guys, thank you for joining me today. I hope you're all enjoying our 12 days of Christmas countdown. It's scary to think that Christmas isn't far away, and for us crafters, most of us have probably been crafting well before this, but in case you're a little bit of inspiration, today my first project is going to be what I'm calling a mini crisscross card. So I have seen lots of other demonstrators making a much bigger normal card size version of this, but I decided I wanted to scale it down a little bit. So I had a little gift card that you could put with flowers and little baked goodies or something like that. So you'll see that's our card. I have made another one. So they're pretty quick and simple to make. Okay, so we'll get on with it. So for this, the DSP that I'm using is the Heartwarming Hugs, and I'm also using some elements from the Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More card pack. So if you haven't seen those, there's some nice card fronts there, and so there's two different sizes. There's the bigger ones and the smaller ones, and they're all double-sided. And there's also some greetings and different embellishments that you can use. So from that, we're going to be using one of the snowflake embellishments. So to start with, you need a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock, which measures 8 by 3, and you're just going to fold that in half or score it at your 4 inches. Okay. So you are going to need your scoring board here, because we do have a little bit of cutting involved, but I'll walk you through that. So once you've folded it in half, so the folded section, you want to try and line that up in the track of your cutting board, and make sure you put your cutting blade up. And then this corner, also you want to line up in the middle of that track, so that when you cut it down, you're going to get a little diagonal cut, and you're going to have a section of triangle. Okay, so it looks like that. So I'm going to put that aside, because we also have a piece of DSP that we also need to cut, which I have just moved. Okay, basically what you need, can't find where I've put that now, is a piece of DSP which measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that's what it's going to look like, and it's the same process. You're going to line that up in the tracks of your blade, so diagonal to diagonal, make sure that's in the middle, and cut that through. So you've got your 2 pieces. Now if you want to showcase, say, this pattern more on the bottom section, like I have, then you actually need to cut it the opposing side. So for me, it should have been the stripe side, okay? So once you've got that, you can see that you're flipping that down, okay? So that's going to go and glue on the bottom. So we want So I do have a few sections cut here, which is why I'm getting myself confused, just in case I made a little boo-boo. Okay, so we're going to have that piece of DSP glued there, and that one that way, okay? Okay, so there's your first piece. Then you glue that one to there. Now I do apologise, I do have a bit of a croaky voice this morning, and this is probably my take 3, so hopefully I can get through to the end and I'm not going to have another little coughing fit. Now we want to glue that, but we don't want to glue that whole surface. It's just obviously this bit here. So if I put my finger there as a bit of a gauge, I want to just glue that bit there. And you're going to line that up across the bottom and make sure that lines up at the top. Oops. And there you have your working mechanism of the card. So on the inside, we're going to have a piece of basic white, which measures also 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm using a greeting out of the Whimsical Trees set. So it says, wishing you Christmas cheer and magical moments that last all the year. So I'm going to ink that up in some real red. Now you don't want to stamp it at the top, because you'd see that through the top section. You can if you'd like, but it might not work with the greeting if you have a greeting on the front. So I'm going to put mine more down to the bottom and in the center, like so, just to jazz it up a little bit. Got some little dots that I'm going to add as well. So you then just need to put some more glue on the back there. And that goes in the middle of your card. Okay, so like I said, this is actually a take 2, so I have already pre-cut this and stamped it. In previous versions I hadn't, but I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I'm cutting a bigger one in the Pear Pizzazz and a smaller one in just your basic white. So you have that, and I've also stamped my greeting on there. Now make sure you stamp it more to the left if you want to put a little embellishment, as I have on that. So you're just going to glue that to the front. Now I have popped this up with dimensionals, and again you only need the dimensionals on the bottom part of your label. So I'll just grab those. I'm just going to put 2 on the bottom. Okay, so line that up. That's about centered. And that goes on there. Now, I am going to use the bigger snowflake. And I'm going to pop that on there. And there you have one very simple mini crisscross card. Now I will put the measurements for this in the bottom of the YouTube tutorial as well. So I actually did change that up, but that's okay. So there's my 2 cards, and then there's a third one that I'd made as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that and continue to join us for our 12 days of Christmas projects. And we really do look forward to seeing your recreations of these or any ideas that you've come up with. So please feel free to share them in the folders created on the Facebook page. Thank you.